Welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show hosted by an NFL player. 2,000 miles to my left, Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker. 2,000 miles to his right, I am weight loss champion Chuck Carroll. And about 1,000 miles due south from me personally are TNA's top two officials, a father and son duo. Of course, Earl Hebner, well known to many, many wrestling fans for many, many years, and his son Brian. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great, man. Thank you.
Thank you guys so very, very much for joining us. Now, I got to get this out of the way up front. We have to get this out of the way out front. I understand that both of you guys are big, big Redskins fans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a diehard. I've been a diehard Redskin fan my whole life that I can ever remember. Breathe, bleed, cry, die by the Redskins.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Earl, what about you, sir? What is one of your favorite Washington Redskins memories?
Some of the old quarterbacks were good. Sonny Jurgensen.
Wow, taking it way back.
You know, I've always been a Redskin fan. Brian's his age; he's more up for it, you know, watching football than me. But I've always loved the Redskins, especially when I was with WWE, WWF. We'd come down there and we'd be in the old building, and the stadium was right there.
Absolutely, you're talking about the old Cap Center and or RFK.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, matter of fact, I went to a number of WWE events at the Cap Center way back when. That was a good time. But let's talk a little bit about this year, the new look Washington Redskins. Adam, I know you're chomping at the bit because your locker is right next to the guy. But how excited, Brian, are you to have RG3 as a member of the Redskins this season?
I am ecstatic, man. I'm just hoping that our fortunes turn the other way when we get a quarterback, because they haven't been going so well. When we get the guy who we think is the next big star. But I'm really excited, man. I know that he's a athletic beast. I know he's got a cannon of an arm. I know he can run. I'm just excited, man, about the future. I'm just hoping that it pans out the way we hope. And there's nothing right now but bright lights ahead of the tunnel. So I'm really, really excited.
Now, Adam is a guy that's actually been working out with RG3 a little bit already this season during OTAs. Just your experience now with the rookie so far, do you think, Brian and the other Redskins fans are really in store for something special this fall?
I believe so. There's no question about RG3's athletic ability, his speed, his arm, and all of that. That's no question. So the only question is, how hard does the kid work? Is he likable? Is he a leader? My locker's right next to him, like you said, and the fact of the matter is everyone likes this dude. People are already – it's tough already. We haven't even had a training camp practice. But just the feeling you get in the locker room, people are already looking to him already as a leader. And then I'm usually one of the last guys to leave. I work hard and all that, but he's always one of the last guys to leave as well. And that's something you don't always find in a rookie and a high draft pick, a Heisman Trophy winner, but the dude has a work ethic and a love for the game.
And, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Is there any way I can hop in and ask Adam a quick question?
Oh, absolutely. By all means.
Ask me anything you want, man.
Adam, in your opinion, does he look like a guy who's serious about being that man? And then is he a studier? Can you tell that he's a guy that studies the playbook and wants to know it and is anxious to know it and anxious to get on that field and really show people that he is who he is?
Yeah, from what I've seen, the answer to that is yes. I'm not just saying that because I'm supposed to. This is my radio show, my radio show. I can say what I want. So I'll be honest. The answer is yes. The first rookie mini camp they had, I believe Coach Shanahan said he didn't have an error from RG3 the whole camp, which I think he said was the first time that had ever happened. Shanahan's been coaching, I don't even know, a couple, 3 decades. So that just shows you he knows what he's doing. He's been in the playbook, and he is that guy.
Awesome.
Now here's a question for you, Earl and Brian. A couple of weeks ago, Adam was actually able to go down and get the full TNA experience down there in Orlando. You guys were so nice to roll out the red carpet for him. And lo and behold, now he may or may not have ambitions to become a wrestler when his playing days in the NFL are over. Do you think Carriker has what it takes to make it in the ring? Could he be a TNA champion eventually?
Well, I think he needs to be bigger. I think he needs to be just a little bit bigger and then come back and talk to us. No, I'm totally teasing. I do, man. He's got a lot of personality, man. A lot of personality, and seems to be. He's definitely got the size. That was all a joke for all you fans. That he's a beast. He's huge. He's huge, and I don't know, man. It's all about. There's a lot of guys that think they can do it, no doubt. And I've seen a lot of players come in and out, thinking that the wrestling was another option for him. But I don't know. Adam looks like a athletic, character-driven kind of person. I think so, man. I think so.
And Earl, did you have a chance to meet Adam when he was down there?
Oh yeah, and you know, I was really impressed meeting him. It's like most people that want to come to our business and meeting our champions and wrestlers and big top names. And when he was here, it was a pleasure for me because I've never been around a lot of people like that because I've been in my own world of wrestling. And then once Brian, got hooked up with Adam and everything, it was real good. And I mean, I've met a lot of people in my life, but I definitely think just looking at him, I think he's got the ability. I think he's got the. I think he could adapt to our business quicker than a lot of people that have been here that couldn't hook onto it. But the only thing is, Brian's going to have to referee his matches because as big as he is and I'm old as Moses, if he runs over me, they'll have to send a vacuum cleaner out there to get me up.
You're listening to Fourth and Pain with Adam Carriker and Chuck Carroll on the hotline with us. Two very special guests, father and son referee duo Earl and Brian Hebner from Impact Wrestling. And Earl, you've been in the business for many, many years at this point. Talk to me about what your experience is today in Impact Wrestling versus some of the things that you've done previously in your career. What sets TNA above the rest?
Well, I think that we're more family made. We take time with the fans, children, and it's like a family entertainment for us. And sometimes when some companies get too big, they forget where they came from, and they don't give the people the appreciation that they should get. But when you've got people that stand in line to buy tickets, and all they do is go come in and watch the show, and then the wrestlers get up and leave. That's not TNA. With courtesy, we give our customers and fans a courtesy. We do autograph sessions. We do meet and greets, and we make them feel at home because it's like, like Brian meeting Adam and myself meeting him. It was great. I was just excited about meeting him as a kid would want to meet Hulk Hogan. So you treat them good. You treat them sweet. You treat them nice. And they'll come back, you know what I mean? But when you just buy a ticket and everybody's gone after the show, there's nothing there, there's no reward for the kids and even the adults, So that's a big thing for TNA.
And Adam, I know recently you've actually been to a couple of different wrestling shows, TNA versus another company. And can you talk a little bit about, your experience in Orlando versus kind of what you had more recently out in Colorado?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to both of you. You guys were, like, when we first hooked up on Twitter, I had no idea you were Redskins fans. I found that out. You're like, come down anytime. You guys were great. I mean, anything I wanted, you guys were there backstage, got to meet anybody. I mean, I was a little surprised. You don't know how things are always going to pan out, and you guys did everything you said you were going to do, and you were great to me. So thank you, first of all. And I had a blast down there, meeting everybody. Meeting those guys, I mean, hooking up with some of the guys who are NFL fans, maybe not Skins fans, but guys like Austin Aries, Mr. Anderson, Kazarian, all these other guys who are just NFL fans. That was awesome to just sit and chat with them. But I do have one question for you two of my own because they ask, everyone always wants to know, can Adam make the transition to wrestling? Here's my question. Would you two ever want to referee an NFL football game?
I would. I would love to.
Adam, I don't think I can run the distance of the football field anymore, buddy. I could maybe sit on the bench and keep the time or give them water, but unless I could wear a pair of roller skates. But and back in my days, Brian's age, I would have loved to have done that, But I'm sort of, over the hill.
Oh man!
Well, I think it's a little different animal because in the ring, you know, you guys are getting knocked around, and there's the whole ref thing, then interference happens. But in the NFL game, I mean, you got like 70, 80,000 people screaming at you. You got that call wrong. You suck, and all this and that. How would you be able to handle that? You know, instead of the pity that you get from the fans when you get knocked out in wrestling, how would you be able to handle all the fans screaming at you when they don't like your call, whether it's right or not?
Well, I can handle that pretty good because I've been through that experience for almost 15 years of being a bad guy, so I can take all of your abuse. And actually, it makes me feel good because as long as I'm doing that and they're hollering, screaming at me, I'm doing a hell of a job.
Makes sense.
Hey, Earl,
I think the NFL. I'm sorry, I was just gonna say one more thing. I think the NFL part of being a referee will be freaking awesome, man, because there's so many plays that I see that I would sit there and think, you know, sitting at home, which I know it's a lot different when it's up to speed and you're actually watching it, but I think it would be pretty neat to actually be an accurate referee as opposed to some of those ones that the Redskins get.
Wow. And you're getting a FedEx from Commissioner Goodell.
All I can do is laugh. I can't comment, but I'm definitely going to laugh at that.
Tell them to FedEx it overnight, quick.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that the NFL referees definitely don't get is hot chicks making out with them on TV. And so, Earl, I got to ask you, what kind of a thrill was that when Madison Rain planted one on you?
Well, I had to go back to as soon as the kiss was over, I went to the hospital and recharged my pacemaker.
I do not doubt that.
And all jokes aside, it was great. It's just little things that, we do here and there. And probably they did it because I'm so old, they know that's all I can do is kiss.
Oh, wow. Okay, on that note, final question time. We always, whenever we have guests on, we like to leave the final question up to the guest. So if there's anything in the world you guys want to ask Adam, go right ahead. Now is the time.
I would like to ask you, how would you feel to do our job? Do you think you could get in there and say Abyss comes at you at 100 miles an hour and blasts you and you go through the ropes and lay on the floor? Is that something you think you can handle?
Here's the problem I would have. So you guys, your job is to get hit and withstand that and then lay on the floor and leave it at that. I would have to get back up and hit him. I can't let somebody else get the last blow. I got to get the last blow. So I'd be walking over in my stripes and I'd get a chair and I'd be hitting him. So I'd probably get fired quicker than a hiccup. So I don't know that I could do that well.
Yeah, I knew that would be your answer to that. I knew that would be your answer. There's an art to what we do. There's an art to the reason why we lay there longer than what you think.
Oh, I fully believe that. When I asked you guys that night after the show, I was just giving you a hard time. I didn't mean anything.
That's awesome.
Well, hey, Adam. What I like to do, I like when you do get here and you become a wrestler, I want you to protect me, okay? And anybody hits me, I want you to run in and get them, and then pick me up and piggyback me back to the dressing room.
You know, here's what we'll do. I'll protect you from all the big dude wrestlers, and I'll let Chuck protect you from all the knockouts. You know, the ones that aren't making out with you. He'll have your back from all the knockouts.
Oh, I got you covered, Earl. I got you covered.
I mean, Chuck is chick repellent like you wouldn't believe. Trust me.
Okay, come on, man. You didn't have to go there. This was such a nice, cordial interview, and then you got to bring up poor Chuck's dry spell again. Not cool.
Hey, well, how do you guys think I feel as a young guy? And I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm a decent looking guy. Actually, I think I'm pretty hot. But anyway, how in the world would Madison Rain be attracted to my dad before me? Is what kills me. I don't get it.
I think your father might have that air of and take this in the vein that it's intended. He might have that air of old man sexiness, a la Sean Connery, where just the young ladies, they just can't help themselves. And damn it, Earl Hebner, you are every bit as sexy as James Bond. Again, take that in the manner that it was meant.
Hey, and sometimes it's called experience.
Wisdom.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, last question for you guys. I guess I kind of lied. Earl, I know at one point, I think I read somewhere that you were conducting or running your own promotion somewhere in Virginia. Is that true?
Well, it's not actually mine. I've just go in there and help out, and I work some shows for this guy, in Richmond that he runs shows, independent shows, and I'm just basically there for, to help, train, and everything like that.
Well, if you guys ever need an extra ref, I am happy to don that. Once again, I did that way back when I went to training school, and Mickey James was actually in my graduating class. That's kind of my wrestling claim to fame, and I worked on the indies for a little bit, so I really appreciate the job that you guys do. I tried to do it, was nowhere near as good at it as you guys are, but my hat's off to you, and thank you so very much for joining us on Fourth and Pain today.
No problem, man. Hey, one more thing I want to add. Make sure all your listeners know that our show starts from now on at 7 o'clock with Impact Rewind on Spike TV, and then that's our lead-in show until Impact Live at 8 o'clock, 8 to 10. And then I also want to throw this out that both of us are on Twitter. You can get my dad at the Earl Hebner, and you can get me at Baby Hebner. Sorry, my bad.
At Baby Hebner and at the Earl Hebner. Duly noted. We will put links to that up on fourthandpain.com and absolutely give you guys shout outs from our own Twitter accounts at Fourth and Pain. And again, gentlemen, keep up the good work, and thank you so very much. It's been a privilege speaking with you today.
Thank you.
Guys very much.
My pleasure.